There are more than 28,000 locomotives, 1.6 million rail cars, and more than 140,000 miles of railroad tracks in the U.S. But have you ever wondered, how in the world do they keep these massive steel workhorses moving? Maintaining the very rails these trains operate on isn't easy, and there's a group of men and women known in the industry as maintenance of way workers who are tasked with keeping the country on track. Here's an inside look. Here on the High Plains, we see plenty of trains. And in order to keep these steel workhorses rolling safely, it takes a group of hard-working men and women called maintenance of way workers. Keeping railroad tracks in good condition isn't easy and takes a combination of man and machine to get the job done. On the TX&W, we're told track inspections are performed every 20 days.
We're responsible to maintain the track on inspects for train move safely.
Juan Morales is a 15-year employee and the manager of engineering for TX&W.
And then just depending on what they find, and then we go fix it right away, depends on the severity of the defect that they find.
Fellow employees also play a crucial role in reporting track conditions.
Our conductors, engineers, anyone, if they see a defect in the track, they can point it out and bring it to our attention, and then we can remediate it.
Terry Smith is an MOW operator. He's been with TX&W for 10 years. On the day we rode along with the MOW crew, they were replacing the ballast on a section of track in one of the storage yards. Ballast is the bed of stones that you see strung along railroad tracks all over the area and the country. It's made out of crushed stones, such as granite or limestone. Ballast provides stability to the tracks, allowing trains to run smoothly and safely. It also helps with the drainage of water and other materials away from the tracks. The first step before any work is performed, a safety briefing with all personnel. From there, the old ballast and mud is scraped out using a backhoe and shoveled out with elbow grease. New ballast is poured in and sorted underneath and in between the ties. As they work along, the crew measures the track to ensure it's in alignment and meets the required gauge of 4 feet 8.5 inches. This is routine maintenance for this group, but other work can be a bit more challenging.
We'll wear out a track pretty fast, so we may change out a curved rail due to wear on the rail, whereas our straight tangent track, then we usually, if we change it out, it's going to have to be a split head rail or a defect in the rail itself, unless we're just upgrading the track itself.
And just like the railroad companies themselves, railroad track is divided up into classes, separated by the speeds it can handle.
Except the track in Class 1, it's 10 miles an hour, the speed limit. Class 2 is 25 miles an hour, 340, 460, and 580.
So the next time you see this or hear that, just know there's plenty of hard-working men and women like this working to keep the country moving. Coming up tomorrow, historically, the railroad industry has been known as a male-dominated one, but the number of women getting on board is increasing. Here locally, we'll catch up with the TX&W Superintendent of Operations, Amber Farley. And for more stories on how area railroad companies keep the panhandle rolling, you know where to go, myhighplains.com.